SwoleBenji here. So this video actually wasn't supposed to come out today. Another video was supposed to. It was a video that was highly edited about the amount of silver per hour you can make doing every activity in the game. However, while I was cleaning out my old footage, because the way I do it is I make a video, and, I take all the footage, I upload it, and then I delete the video that I made, because once it's on YouTube, I don't need it anymore, and then I delete all the raw footage. Well, I ended up deleting it before I ever uploaded it to YouTube. And I tried to use software that recovers items that have been emptied from the recycle bin. I tried rolling back the computer, nothing worked. So that video is gone forever. I'm sorry, so enjoy this video instead. This video is comparing Tier 5 dungeons to Tier 7 dungeons in the Black Zone. Now, people like to argue about travel time for the Tier 5s, and Tier 5 zones are absolutely peppered with random spawning dungeons. I average 15 to 20 seconds to find a dungeon, and it's usually faster than that. Even later in the video, I do some spins because I find 3 in a row. The point is that in a red zone and a black zone, there are far less random dungeons than there are in Tier 5 zones. So that's not really a factor at all. That's not something you can complain about. So this is comparing the two. Now, the reason I start Tier 7 out not next to a dungeon or in the Tier 7 zone is because anytime you enter the red or black zone, you are at absolute risk, alright? So what that means is you are not secure, your gear and your loot is not secure until you return back to town. But the Tier 5 Chad, his gear is always secure. He doesn't have to ever return to town if he doesn't want to. He can simply stay out in the yellow zone forever, and this is how you would do that. The outposts have repair stations, which are a 0% fee that you can use infinitely, forever. Also, the yellow zones that are 3 spaces away from Bridgewatch or other towns all have a chest that you can put all of your loot in. So when your inventory fills up, you can just dump it all in the chest, and there's infinite tabs, so you can just keep buying tabs if you wanted to. And then if you're one of those big mammoth owners, you can take your mammoth, load it fully up with the gear, and then ride it to town, all completely safe to sell. Or you can just return it to town to sell anyway, because you need to return to town to get to your islands and do your island maintenance. Anyway, the point is the Tier 5 Chad does not have the restriction of travel time. He doesn't have to worry or stress about being safe, losing his gear. If you suddenly have to go, like say you're a child and your mom is like, it's dinner time or we're going out, or maybe you're an adult and your girlfriend wants to go out somewhere, or maybe you just have to take a big dump and you don't want to be at the computer. You can log out in 10 seconds in the yellow zone, alright, but the Tier 7 guy, he can't log out in the black zone. It's a long log out period. I know inside of a dungeon it's 300 seconds. On the right you can see that I'm waiting for the dungeon portal to close. This is standard practice when doing black zones and red zone dungeons. The guy on the left, well, he's having a bit of a lag problem right now because, Wi-Fi from Best Buy from the parking lot is not so stable. Anyway, I just realized I forgot to take off the little white circle mark on the right side. Oops, my bad. Oh well, I'm leaving it in. Hopefully it doesn't make anyone too crazy that works in the film industry. Alright. So, the Tier 5 Chad, he's already, I can't see it because I don't have it zoomed in, but I think he's on the 2nd floor dungeon already, while the Tier 7 Beta he hasn't even started yet. He's still waiting for the portal to close. Again, that is 90 whole seconds for the portal to close. Who do you think is going to earn more fame per hour? Who do you think has a stress-free life? Who do you think gets all the ladies? Look, I know I've discussed this topic many times, but I just had to whip something up quickly because the video that I originally had made for today got deleted. It's gone forever, and I'm not remaking it. Maybe one day if I get really bored, but man, I put a lot of work into that video, and it's gone. It's gone forever. Well, it was good practice. It's like my video died in the black zone. Alright. Now, another thing that Redditors like to preach about the Tier 5s is that the fame per hour, well, it's not really the fame per hour, dude, because of, you gotta factor in every piece of gear and how much fame they get and blah, blah, blah. No, we don't do that here. Okay, you got to keep it simple. All right, that's always a good thing to do. You want to keep everything simple. Within your first couple weeks, you're going to have maxed out the spec and the mastery of your main gear set, especially if you plan to speedrun dungeons like I do. All right, so once you have that maxed out, it's all fame credits from there. So let's say okay, we'll use an example from my older videos. Look how fast I kill that boss. Now, I do make a mistake on the right side because one of the bears I leash and I have to, like, kill it over again, so I lose a little bit of time there. But, okay, anyway. Like, in my old video, I was suddenly like, hey, I want to play Death Givers. So, are Death Givers worth leveling up to 100? And the answer was yes. So, here's how my day went. I sat down and I did dungeons for 7 hours. 7 hours. That's pretty typical for gaming, right? How many of you game for 4 to 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours? Come on, I know you guys are gamers. I sat down for 7 hours, and I grinded dungeons. In that 7 hours, I made over 7 million silver, easy. And also, I made enough fame credits to be able to max out Death Givers from 1 to 100. One sitting, okay? If you play other hardcore MMORPGs, you know the grinds. If you were to grind in World of Warcraft for 8 hours, you can get 1 to 2 levels from like level 58 to 60, maybe. I don't know, I don't remember. I'm sure I've made videos on those subjects, but the thing is, you're expected to grind to get stronger in this game. You are expected to grind, okay? So, in those 7 hours, I made 16.5 or 17 million fame credits. And my goal for grinding is I'm leveling up Death Givers, leveling them up to 100 from level 1. That takes 33 million fame to do. Now, I could wear the Death Givers and just grind out dungeons for twice as long, or even 3 or 4 times as long. I don't know the math on that. Or, I could just grind out dungeons for 7 hours like I did. Just one sitting, just one casual sitting while I binge watched Sword Art Online, or whatever I was watching at the time, I don't remember. And then I can move the slider to 100, thus effectively farming 33 million silver in that time period. So when any of these Redditors try to tell you that the math is wrong and that you didn't actually farm that much silver, just laugh at them because they're overcomplicating things that they don't need to be complicating. And some of them even use the excuse, well, I can inflate my numbers by saying that I farmed 30 million fame an hour because I put it all on my offhand. Except it doesn't work like that, because to level an offhand from level 1 to 100 is 360,000 fame credits. Which, yeah, sure, it's millions of fame if you wanted to level it up, sure, but here's the thing. Weapons are the worst scaling ones. They take the most fame credits to level up to max. Therefore, anything else is actually technically easier. And I don't know about you, but I don't go faming up to max out offhands. That's something that you just do in, like, you know, like, while you're on break at work or something, assuming you play on a cell phone, right? That's not something that you actively set out to do for a grind. And I don't know about you, but weapon mastery is the most important mastery, second to armor mastery. After that is boots and helmets, which don't really matter too much, only for your health and mana. But your armor mastery definitely helps for defense and health. And your weapon mastery is where your damage literally comes from, right? That's what people grind out in this game. And then some people, there are people there out there, they argue that doing tier 5 dungeons is boring. Okay, so my response is, well, how are tier 7 dungeons any more fun? You get to press more buttons? You get to press more buttons in a tier 7 dungeon, sure. You also have to worry about gankers, you have to worry about the portal closing, you have to worry about people invading your dungeon if you don't wait for the portal to close. Me, while I'm doing tier 5s, I'm highly entertained by YouTube videos, I'm highly entertained by anime, movies. How many of you guys watch movies? I watched half of a movie called Evan Almighty, okay? I've never seen it before, it came out in like 2004, I've never even heard of it. Apparently it's a guy that gets chosen by Morgan Freeman, who's playing as God, to build an ark, right? And I was able to just casually watch that and acknowledge what was going on in the movie while doing dungeons. Because dungeons, I didn't have to worry about moving out of the way of attacks, I didn't have to worry about mobs downing me or killing me, I didn't have to worry about players killing me. All I had to worry about was, how come Evan doesn't just build the Ark already? What the heck, dude? Like, I didn't have to even think about the game. The game was just something that my hand-eye coordination, my muscle memory was just doing automatically. I literally was absorbing a movie while chatting with my girlfriend, while playing the game, which is how most people passively play video games. If I want to actively play the game and put all my focus and attention on it, I'll go out and gank people in the red and black zone. I'm not going to go farm in the red and black zone. And admittedly, yeah, if it was worth doing, I would be doing it. And I would be advising other people to do it and how to do it in the most efficient, effective way. Because I make the videos for myself, for a future version of myself that maybe quits the game and comes back years later. How many games have you played in your earlier days that you would like to revisit, but you feel like you're too rusty to be any good? You're too out of the loop. You don't remember much about it. Like World of Warcraft example, the Burning Crusade. I haven't played that in I don't know how long. It's been like 13, 14, I don't really know how many years it's been. Okay? And I have some semblance of ideas of what to do and how to do it, but I don't remember everything. But lucky for me, I was a Burning Crusade YouTuber back in the day, and I have all of those old videos. Hey, guess what? You remember Battlefield 3? Remember when that game came out? I sure don't. I don't know when it came out or how to play it, but hey, I made YouTube videos on how to play it. So I just watched my old YouTube videos and boom, I am immediately like juiced up and ready to go. I am back in action. I am able to conquer these challenges, alright? So on the right side here, the Tier 7 beta, he's scurrying back to town. Hopefully he's not getting ganked or dismounted or bullied or harassed. The Tier 5 Chad, in that time, he's still farming, he's still killing. And the results are shown on the screen, and the video is getting close to its ending time. Now, once the Tier 7's data is shown, it then cuts to the Tier 5 in full screen. So if you miss it, just go ahead and rewind the video, pause the video if you like once the data is shown. But essentially, I technically could have, this is what I realized. Okay, on the right, the beta received his invisible shrine buff. And then on the left, I'm like, oh shit. Technically his run is over because he's invulnerable and invincible. He can easily get back to town. He's safe. So that's why I ended the left side early, okay? I ended the left side when the right side got the shrine buff. Alright? And that's the video. This is just comparing Tier 7 to Tier 5. Now, interesting enough, when you're doing Black Zones, you can't faction flag. That's, like, duh. So you're missing out on that. That's a grind in itself. Aren't you going to grind up your faction reputation so you can get the Tier 8 animal babies? That's part of the game. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But if you're not really gaining... There's no Black Zone grind. If there was, like, a specific Black Zone grind to do that you can't do in the Royals, I would be all over that. And that would be a really good way to get players into the Black Zone. Because, hey, I gotta grind out my Black Zone champion rank or something. I don't freaking know. You guys figure it out. I'm not the developers. Alright, so, anyway, that's the video. I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm sorry that the video I worked really hard on that was 50 minutes long, that was going to go over silver per hour of every method in the game, including scouting and even being a YouTuber like me and how much I earn from gold referrals. Spoilers, it was only 100,000 silver a day, not much. That video's gone forever. I deleted it. Oops, my bad. I mean, it happens. I was cleaning up my desktop and I just forgot to upload it to YouTube. Oh well. Anyway, hopefully this video here shows you a nice comparison. If you enjoy Black Zones, go do Black Zones. If you want to be optimal with your gameplay and actually do fun stuff, then Tier 5s are for you. Anyway, that's it. That's the video. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, lads. Well, I still had some time left. I don't know if this is fake or not, but someone applauded $50 on my tutorial video. His name is Cletus. So, hey, Cletus, if that's a real donation, I really, really appreciate it. You are a freaking awesome dude. But if it's a fake one, I guess you got me and you're in the video.